Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are recapping the fourth week of the year. Almost the end of January. It's crazy. It seems like the year just started and here we are. So we're going to cover all the account action of the week, including a new NVDA trade, and close out with year-to-date account performance. So make sure you stay to the end for that. Okay. So let's get into the action. To start off with, we have again our automated buys. So if you're new to the series, every Monday we buy $100 of CGDV and DivB. These are new ETFs to the account. We also had our January 24th NVIDIA put expire. So generally, if you're an option seller of puts, this is typically what you want. It means that uh, we get our cash back, so we don't need to secure our cash anymore. So now that cash is ours to do with as we please. Then there was some, of course, market volatility, particularly with NVIDIA and DeepSeek. I won't go too much into that. There's plenty of other videos that go more in depth. But as a trader, kind of I see it as the job is to kind of take advantage. So that is what I did. I sold another put, the February 14th put at the 115 strike for 290. Of course, Fidelity has to kind of get their cut, so commissions, fees, and so the actual cash in the account is $289.32. Interestingly enough, the value of the option actually ended up doubling by the end of the day. I sold the put, I think around between 10:30 and 11, and NVIDIA continued to go down during the day. So I could have got a lot more money if I held out sooner, but I think overall it's a good, it was a good, it met my trading criteria, and it definitely had a big bounce back on Tuesday, which I'll go over in a bit. So that is the action for the week. Again, our ETF buys and a new NVIDIA trade. All right, so let's take a look at where the account is year to date. So as of January 28 close, um, remember another 200 was taken out of SPACs to put into DivB and CGDV. So now these positions are now over 100. You can see there's been either about $9-10 of gain. So a little bit of traction happening. Good to see for those new ETFs. Closing in on about 1% of the account each in terms of overall value. One interesting note though is that because of the cash from the NVIDIA put, SPACs is actually higher than it was last week, even though we put 200 into the new ETFs. Why? Because although we put 200 into the new ETFs, we gained 290 from selling the NVIDIA puts. We're actually up $90 week over week on SPACs. SCHD and JetQ, not too much action. I think down a little bit week to week, but still up for the year. FNILX doing well, actually kind of the top, one of the top performers year to date. Apple and Microsoft had pretty good weeks. Apple's still down for the year, but it was down about 11% year to date last week, so picking up steam there. And of course, these two, Apple and Microsoft, have earnings coming up this week. So together they're about 7% of the portfolio, so small but still impactful. And they also are, of course, part of some of the ETFs and the FNILX mutual fund. So, if they have a good week or a bad week with earnings, that will definitely have an impact on the portfolio. But we'll see that uh, in the week 5 recap. So overall, the total account is up 945 year to date, so kind of closing in on $1,000 gain. That represents 2.1% year to date. But again, with Apple down, the open NVDA trade, which will show negative until it's closed out or expires. So overall, happy with the account performance year to date. Again, I think with earnings season coming up, I think the next 2 weeks will be definitely interesting. I do expect lots of volatility for the rest of this month and early into February. I'm not a chart tactician. I'm not an economist. Just again, from what I'm observing and some of the events coming up, I would not be surprised to see bigger week-to-week swings. So that wraps up week 4, 2025. I will do a January recap where you can see the total income made for the month. So be sure to subscribe and get notified for that. And on to the next.